Does anyone have a question? Mm. Well, let's all just take in the silence and let it work on us profoundly to develop an inner life connected to spirit. And it help us really tap a much deeper need, as deep as it's possible for us to tap at any given time, to open, to surrender, to grow spiritually. It's so funny. Today I did a podcast with, I've been doing a lot of podcasts with people in Africa, which has been very interesting. And one of the questions he wanted to know how, why, or how, meditation is not kind of a religion. And I had to explain to him, and it was, you know, took a little bit, but I think it came out clear that what we practice here, you know, it's not, there's no dogma in it. It doesn't matter what religious belief you have. It doesn't matter if you're Christian, Muslim, Jewish, if you're an agnostic or an atheist or whatever religion, Protestant, Catholic. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And it doesn't really matter because no matter what, you know, panoply we wear, what kind of religious coat we have on, beneath it all is our humanity. And beneath it all, there are 8 billion people on the earth that are inflicted with what's an epidemic, and that's tension. And people mostly don't know what to do about it. If they have a lot of money, they run to therapists, they run to all kinds of situations, to help find answers to this problem. And, not knowing, as I tried to explain to this man, that the reason why people can't deal with tension is they have no training. They don't know how to develop a chakra system. They don't know how to develop a connection between themselves and higher energy in the universe. The meditation we practice, as I say many times over and over again, is about the development of our humanity. As I say over and over again, we're born on the earth. We're not born in some angelic sphere of consciousness where everything is perfect. We're born into a world of imperfection. Why? because we need to learn to transform that imperfection into harmony, into balance, into love. And to me, that is something that embraces all of humanity. It embraces the totality of existence on the planet Earth. Why are we born into imperfection? And then people try to analyze it and figure it out, and they blame each other, they blame themselves without ever going one step further. What can we really do about this instead of trying to fix the illusion? And it gets back to a simple answer. We have to fix ourselves. And there it goes past religion, dogma, one's belief system. It has nothing to do with that. It has only to do with the fact that we have chosen, for whatever reason, our soul must be born into this world of imperfection. The imperfection creates so much tension inside people that it eats people alive, only because they never do take the first step. How do I get training? How do I learn how to deal with this imperfection that I have been born into? How do I learn to develop when I'm here to develop the highest levels of my own humanity? And what does that mean? We live with an open heart, with love, kindness, compassion. We develop what it means to be a human being, a conscious human being living in the world. We have learned what we were born on the earth to learn, how to take imperfection and turn it into love. I'm not sure this person who was interviewing really quite understood what I was talking about, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it really tapped such a deep resource in myself, an understanding of, first of all, what this meditation is all about and what it means to have a purpose-filled life. Does anyone have a question they would like to ask?
Stuart, I have a question.
Yes, Bob.
I'm really very moved how you're able to so easily uh, speak to an audience in different countries. Is there a, it feels as if there's
It's
not
it
a
ain't
cultural
easy,
bridge.
Bob. Let me
What?
tell you something. This guy talked in English that I could barely understand, with his really deep and profound African accent. I mean, I understood about 3 words in every sentence that he uttered. And I had to extract the meaning of what he was asking me. And this is what came out. And at the end of this, they're supposed to write a review. And the only thing he said is this was a really incredible, guest who came on my program. That was his review. I don't know. I mean, mostly I can talk to people because I listen to them. I let them extract from me the things that have to be said. And I've learned this doing these podcasts, and finding some of them, the people are really interesting because the people, they ask a question and then they listen. They don't impose their ego and their position and who they are and what they're trying to accomplish. And they listen. And when they listen, it allows one to tap very deep resources in themselves. But I mean, these people lately, I think I've done 5 of them in Africa, in Nigeria mostly. And I could barely understand the people when they were talking to me because they talk English in this really intense African accent. And unless your ear tone is used to it, it's really difficult to understand. But it didn't matter. And the same thing with people in India. They talk that Indian English, just kind of sing-song English. But it doesn't matter, because when you start opening inside, you tap areas of energy and deep spiritual, places in yourself that allow you to communicate with people, even if you can't even, the languages are different. So that's the only way I can do it. But I tell you, this guy, he was talking to me. I could pick out 3 words in every sentence. I mean it. And yet every sentence was clear to me because I could also feel his vibration and what he was really asking. And then when I started talking, he didn't interrupt me. He let me go on and tap very deep inner places in myself to communicate with another human being. Like here, the same thing happens here. It's kind of fun doing these things. I'm not sure how many more I'm going to do. I've done 40 of them already, more. And I mean, it hasn't done a hell of a lot of good selling my books. I don't know who listens to them, what the audience is, what they get out of them, So I'm not sure how many more I'll do, but I do have about 5 or 6 more that are on my calendar that I'm going to do. And I have 3 that people have invited to me to do, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do them. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? I mean, I have some Indian young man writing me from Ganesh Puri, wanting to find out what he needs to do to have a spiritual life. I mean, he lives in Ganesh Puri, where he's in Ganesh Puri right now, and writing me. And, it's interesting how you do this stuff and it suddenly connects with people all over the place. Not even the people you intended to connect with. It attracts energy and it makes, daily communication very interesting. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Thank you, Stuart. That was very helpful.
You're welcome, Bob. I'll just finish this thing up. Your presence here makes great and wonderful demands on me. I have to quietly and simply tap resources of energy that exist very deep inside myself in order to make these classes work, which means an incredible amount of inner growth, inner development. And I have gratitude to all of you. Thank you, for making these class, for attending these classes.
Stuart,
Yes.
that was an amazing story about communicating with this young man who was difficult both directions to understand. And I had just have nothing but admiration from your for your tenacity to keep doing this and to keep, reaching and doing these interviews. I think it's amazing.
It's not amazing, it's just you have to serve God. I can't travel around the world and do what I used to do, and I can't build businesses. And I mean, look, I'm going to be 84 years old this August. It's not a kid anymore. And somehow it provided Zoom and it provided these things, podcasts, and using technology to serve a higher force of energy in the universe. Instead of complaining about it and bitching about it, and it found a way to be used to serve a higher force of energy in the universe. And it basically can save lives. And I think it's extraordinary, I mean, I cannot do the stuff I used to do. I used to run a business. I had ashrams all over the world. I was traveling constantly. I would, I mean, it gets to a point where you can't continue to do that anymore. So the universe provided me with podcasts and Zoom and all kinds of stuff. And email. And I mean, who knew about any of this stuff 10 years ago? And all of a sudden it just manifests. Use this. You want to serve a higher energy? Here's a way in this modern world that you can do it. It's extraordinary. You could use it. I mean, look, people complain about AI. It's not AI. Believe me, I have been blitzed by AI. Today, I got blitzed by AI, by people using it in order to scam me, trying to scam me. But it's not AI. It's the people and how they use it. You understand? And it's the same principle with spiritual energy. Spiritual energy is pure. It is not positive. It is not negative. It is pure energy. It emanates from the source of all creativity in the universe, all creative energy in the universe, pure. When it enters people, depending upon the training, the development, how highly developed their chakra systems are, how connected they are to spirit, how open they are and surrendered they are, so that that energy can flow through them in a pure way. And if they have that kind of openness, what they project on the world is love, it's forgiveness, it's kindness. You understand? And we have to determine this. We have to learn as human beings. We are here to build systems that allow us to become children of God. And that spiritual energy will come through us. It'll come out of us as love, as understanding, as consciousness, as something of a higher nature, because we have done the work on ourselves to transform our humanity into something of a higher nature. People say, well, why did God create a world like this? I don't think God created this. Human beings have created this madness here because they have no training. They have no development. They haven't learned to keep their hearts open. They spend all their time in their heads, trying to figure out why they're better than everybody else. It's the lack of training. And this is a big contingency here, the lack of training. And that energy comes in and suddenly it becomes what I like, what I don't like, my opinion, what I think is right or wrong. You understand? And that is, it doesn't work. It just creates more tension in the world. If people develop a very strong and profound chakra system that's linked to higher energy, if they undam themselves and they can allow that energy to flow through them, you understand? What is projected into the world is compassion, love, understanding, patience, a much higher way of functioning, only because people have developed that inside themselves. This is really what meditation is about. It's really all it's about. And it doesn't matter what your religion is, what your race is, what you believe or you don't believe. What matters is that, as Rudy said, the world is starving, you know, suffering from spiritual malnutrition. Happy people don't fight wars, you know? And that's all meditation is about. No big deal. It's not some mysterious thing that, it's about getting training. That's all it's about. Okay. So does anyone else have a question I would like to ask? You read, how can God have created such a crazy world? God didn't create a crazy world. Human beings have made this world into an insane asylum because that is what exists inside them. And that's what they project onto the world. Okay, if there are no more questions, then God bless you all. Thank you. There'll be meditation. What is today? Monday? Okay.
Yeah.
There'll be meditation on Tuesday at 1 o'clock and Wednesday again at 7:30. Thank you. God bless you all. And I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for training us, Stuart. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart.